My son Noah's eyes sparkled with pride as he reeled in his first bass, the fish glinting in the Saturday morning sun by our neighborhood lake. His grin could have lit up the whole shore of Willow Creek. But that joy shattered when Marlene Foster, the HOA president, charged down the trail in a neon vest and floppy hat, screaming, "That's illegal fishing. Where's your permit?" Noah, only 8, froze, dropping his rod, tears welling up. I stepped in front of him, but Marlene thrust her clipboard like a sword. "You're fined $500, she barked. I locked eyes with her, voice steady. "For what?" "Teaching my kid to fish." Her smirk was pure venom. "Because we can." Those words hit like a slap, igniting a fire in me. She'd just declared war, and I wasn't the type to lose. As Marlene stormed off, Noah clung to my hand, whispering, "Did we do something wrong?" I knelt, looking into his scared eyes. "No, buddy. We did something right. That woman's the one who's wrong." The lake used to be Willow Creek's heart. Families grilled, kids fished, retirees strolled. But lately, the HOA, led by Marlene, had choked it with rules. No fishing, no barbecues, even no skipping stones, all under community protection. It felt like living under a dictator with a whistle and a power trip. At home, my wife tried to cheer Noah, but I dove into our file cabinet, HOA bylaws, covenants, maps. I needed to know how Marlene could ruin a father-son moment. What I found stopped me cold. The HOA didn't own the lake. They leased it from a private owner, a detail buried in a decades-old clause. Digging into Brightwood County records, I tracked down the owner, Henry Caldwell, 94, living 5 hours away in a quiet rural town, Maple Hollow. He hadn't visited in 20 years, just cashing small lease checks from the HOA. The next day, I drove to Henry's oak-shaded cottage, wind chimes tinkling. I showed him footage of Marlene berating Noah. He laughed, wheezing. "Finding kids for fishing? That's a new low." Sipping lemonade, he said, "I'm tired of those HOA clowns. Wanna buy it?" My heart raced. Buy the lake? I'd only come to talk, but this was a chance to end Marlene's reign. "Yes," I said, shaking his hand. His price was so fair, I double-checked. My lawyer would handle the rest. Driving home, my mind buzzed. This wasn't just revenge, it was justice, the kind that strips power from bullies without a word. I kept the purchase secret, ensuring every legal detail was ironclad. I formed an LLC, drafted rules for a private fishing club, and watched Marlene's tyranny grow. She fined a neighbor for an oversized flag, another for a trash bin left out too long. Her ego swelled, oblivious to the storm brewing. One evening, I saw her husband, Carl, a retired accountant, fishing at the lake with buddies, beers in hand, no permits. I snapped a photo and emailed the HOA. "Is fishing allowed?" No reply, but the hypocrisy burned. When the deed arrived, naming me the lake's owner, I didn't gloat. I felt ready. That night, Noah and I stood by the water, sipping root beer. "This lake's ours now," I said. His eyes widened. "Ours?" I nodded. "No one's yelling at you here again. I hired a land use attorney to lock in my rights. You can fence it, gate it, even drain it," he said, grinning. We crafted a private fishing club policy, invite-only access, no HOA control. I contracted 2 off-duty Brightwood deputies as security, professional but firm, to patrol the 2 acres I now owned. Noah helped hammer in the first sign, private property, entry by invitation only. Violators prosecuted. He asked, "Does this stop Marlene?" I smiled. "She's got no power here now." Saturday, I knew Marlene's routine, her noon patrol, clipboard in tow. Noah and I set up by the lake, rods cast, chairs out. When she marched up, face twisting, a guard blocked her. "Ma'am, this is private property. Turn around." Marlene sputtered. "I'm HOA president. I run this lake." The guard didn't flinch. "Not anymore. You're trespassing." Her eyes burned into me. "This violates bylaws." I handed her a folder, deed, records, club charter. "I bought it. It's mine." Her face drained as she flipped through, muttering, "You can't take it from the community." I leaned in. "You took it from my son." She tried to push past, but the guard stopped her. Defeated, she stormed off, vowing legal action. At the HOA meeting, Marlene announced an injunction against my illegal privatization, waving my sign like evidence. I stood, handing the secretary my deed. "The lake's mine, legally bought, not yours." The room fell silent. The secretary confirmed the sale. The lease was terminated. Marlene's allies faltered. "He's abusing the system," she cried. I shot back. "You abused a child for fishing. That's the real crime." Whispers spread. Her support crumbled. I walked out, Noah's hand in mine. The power, hers no more. Marlene retaliated with flyers, calling me a lake thief, stealing community treasure. She painted herself as a victim, ignoring her own rule-breaking. When red spray paint reading "thief" scarred my gate, footage showed her at midnight, can in hand. I sent it to the Brightwood sheriff, who visited her publicly, warning of vandalism charges. Her smirk faded. At the next meeting, she pushed a Reclaim the Lake vote, claiming I'd conned Henry. I presented his notarized letter. I sold it willingly, fed up with HOA nonsense. The crowd turned. "This isn't about community," I said. "It's about her control." Her allies shrank. The room sided with truth. The Brightwood Veterans Group asked to picnic by the lake. I welcomed them, providing rods, bait, and grills. Over 100 people came, laughing, fishing, free from Marlene's fines. She watched from the property line, powerless, as neighbors waved mockingly. A note slid under my door. "You'll regret this." I burned it, filing a trespass notice with the sheriff, served during her morning walk for maximum humiliation. Marlene's board abandoned her. The Willow Creek community app filled with photos of happy lake days, her rules forgotten. She tried sneaking in through the woods, caught on camera with bolt cutters. Guards stopped her. Her screams about public rights were ignored. Her record grew: trespass, vandalism, harassment. I transformed the lake into a sanctuary: fishing deck, picnic spots, jazz bands, kids' games. At the grand opening, families flooded in, joy replacing fear. Marlene watched, a shadow outside the signs, as kids caught fish and veterans were honored. She threw a thermos in rage when caught sneaking again. Her Reclaim the People's Lake rant failed. Her final move, zoning complaints, flopped when Brightwood County upheld my trust, formed to protect the lake forever. Neighbors backed me, condemning her harassment. At a community day with music, food, and a lakeside movie, Marlene stood across the street, irrelevant. Her house sold. She vanished unmourned. The trust ensured no future Marlene could ruin this. Noah led kids' fishing classes, retelling his bass story, now a legend. Mornings by the misty lake, evenings by the fire pit, I found peace. Marlene's because we can became ours. We fish, laugh, live because we can, free from her shadow. The lake didn't just change hands. It changed us, proving bullies fall when truth casts the final line. Willow Creek thrived, the lake a haven, and Marlene's reign was buried for good, her name a fading echo in a community reborn.